everyone, welcome back to another Spring Boot episode. Today I'm gonna teach you about the dependency injection and auto-wiring in Spring Boot as promised in the previous video. What we'll do is we'll make a new project, a Spring Starter project, and we'll be using IntelliJ Community Edition for this application for this tutorial. So if you not set up the IntelliJ Community Edition, I invite you to set up it and come back and do this process. Alright, first thing, let's have our application. I'll be using a previous application for this example. So here in the previous apps pom.xml, we'll right click it and say open with and go to IntelliJ IDEA Community Edition like this. And our project is getting built just like that. So our project has been alright, our project has been built. Now we have our main folder with the Java folder, a test folder, and the pom.xml for dependencies like this. We'll go to our first project application here for this tutorial. First thing, before learning about the dependency injection, we'll make a new class inside the Java folder of the first project. We say new Java class and we'll have this called as avatar. In the avatar class, we'll have our variables made. We say private int aid for our id for the avatar, next private string a name for our avatar's name, and we'll have another variable private string ability like this. Alright, next thing, we'll have a getter settings generator. We say generate getter and setter, and we'll select all these and press OK. So getters and setters ability will be given also. We press like this and we got our getters and setters. Nice. The concept of our dependency injection means that we can make objects inside our application. Okay, we'll go to our first project application here, and inside it we have our avatar class object made. We say avatar a1 equals new avatar like this. The dependency injection says don't worry about the object and work on the logic. So we will be using we will check what happens when we do this. Okay, next thing, we'll be using a configure application configure application configure what we'll do is we'll say configurable application context and make it equal to our Spring application like this. Next we'll say avatar a1 equals to context dot getBean, and we'll pass our avatar class avatar.class to this and close with a semicolon. Spring will say you got an object, but can we trust this? We'll go back to the avatar class and make a method to check out our process. We'll have a public we'll say public void fly, and inside the method we'll have an sout that says I can fly, just like that. Now let's check our application right now. Now what we'll do is we will be running our application right now. What will happen? Let's check it out. We say run first application like this. Something's happening. What might happen? Oh, we got an error. We got an error that says no qualifying bean of type com dot like that avatar. So what happened here is because we didn't qualify our bean to become an object for our application. That's why this happened, right? Like this. What happens here is, let's go to Paint and talk about this. What happened here is that we have our Spring container like this. We have our container and we have our Spring instance, and inside we will be making a Spring bean. Here we will be making a Spring bean. We'll be making a Spring bean, and there are two types of scopes for our Spring Boot application. We have our singleton scope and our prototype scope. There are two scopes in Spring Boot, singleton and prototype. How to use singleton and prototype? This avatar class is not specifying a bean. In the container, it will try to create an object. We can create many objects, 24 classes by the way, or more than that. But we need to specify our class as an object for our Spring Boot to identify our object. We can do this by adding. First thing we'll remove our error message like this, and here we say add component like this. Next thing, Spring Framework will identify this as a component. The moment we say component, it will create an object of our outer class, which will be which it will identify our class, and it will know that an avatar bean is there. What happens here is we will be using our avatar class. We say avatar a1 we'll have our avatar a1 class, and it will be known as a1 in the Spring framework. This mapping says we made a bean to make our bean to specify our avatar bean using add component and set the object, and now it will work. We will get our output. Now let's run this and check what happens. We run our first project application by stopping it and running. And we forgot to do one thing. First, now let's here in the first project application we say our a1.fly and call our method and run this again. What will happen? Let's check it out. We got our I can fly printed in the console, just like that. Our object got printed, our method value got printed here. In singleton, we can only make one instance. So the singleton scope allows us to only make an object one time, and it will be used throughout the application, throughout the whole application. Now what we'll do is we'll check what happens if we don't specify our a1.fly. We'll comment this out and run this again and check what happens. Stop and rerun. Nothing happens. That means we need to initialize our method and our object to get our output. So we'll have our application. We'll have our application back again and save it. We say context.getBean here. Alright, now next thing, inside the avatar class, we'll try to find out about the prototype scope. We say add scope, and inside we'll give the value as prototype. Alright, now let's save this and go to our application, and here what we'll do is we'll make another avatar object. Avatar a2 equals context dot get bean avatar dot class, and we say a2 dot fly, and let's run this and check what happens. We got I can fly 2 times. That means the prototype instance works according to the time it gets run out. So when compared to singleton, prototype scope lets us to declare objects many times more than once. What we'll do is we'll comment this out and run again. What will happen? Let's check it out. Okay, we got nothing. That means prototype instance needs to have our object made for it to work. Okay, let's remove our prototype scope again. No, we'll have our code remade again, and we'll comment out our a1.flies and check what happens. Okay, so in the prototype scope we can't get our output. Let's check. Let's remove our add scope and make it as the singleton instance. Let's run this and check. Okay, so singleton and prototype are the scopes for our application, for our Spring Boot application. We can use either one of them to run our application. Now what we'll do is we'll go to our avatar class, and here we'll have another object placed. What we'll do now is we'll have a constructor made for our application, for our avatar class. After string ability we'll say generate constructor and have a constructor made. We'll say generate constructor, select none and make it. And inside it we'll call our super, and next thing we'll have a out. We say compiling. Here what we'll do is we'll check if this object gets compiled without having to specify its method by calling it. We'll comment this out and run again. Alright, and we got compiling. Even without calling our fly method, we got compiling. That means singleton makes an object and gives it for us. Spring Boot makes an object and gives it to us, even though we didn't call it. So we got compiling just like that. Okay, next thing we'll learn about Autowired. For this, we'll be needing another class. Okay, we'll make a new class inside our scope. We'll say new and we'll call this machine gun. Every avatar needs a machine gun, so we'll have machine gun class. Here we'll declare private int mid for our machine gun and a private string name mname for our machine gun's name. And we'll have getters and setters set again. You select all of them and press OK. Next thing, inside the avatar class, we call our machine gun class. First, before that, we'll make a method inside here. We say public void should, and inside it we have an s out that says bam, bam, like this. Okay. Next we'll go to the avatar class and we'll be saying we'll have a private machine gun mgun made like this, and here we'll call m machine gun we'll make an instance of machine gun. What we'll do is we'll cut this from here and paste it here, and we'll say a machine gun dot should, like this. Okay, now let's run our application, and this time we'll have our a1.fly methods initiated. And now we run this. Oh, we got an error. We see cannot invoke com dot should or com dot IntelliJ project first project dot machine gun dot should. That means something's wrong with the machine gun. So here in the machine gun, to fix this, we will say add component here in before the machine gun declaration of the machine gun class, and after that we'll go here and on top of the machine gun class we say add Autowired, just like that. And now let's run this. We'll stop and rerun. And the app is working fine. We get I can fly, bam, and I can fly, and bam again, just like that. Our By default, Autowired searches for our type of our object, whereas we'll use another way to identify this. After add component, we'll say and qualifier, and inside it we'll say A1. Okay, let's run this again. We got our output. Compiling, I can fly, bam, and I can fly and bam. Like that. Here, what we are doing is, we are making objects, right? So, what happens here is, the A1 object is actually of type A1, and its name is also A1. And here a machine gun M1 is another object, and its type is M1, and its name is M1. So when we search for M1 and A1, we get our beans. There's a way to change our bean name. We can say here add qualifier and give this M1, and here in at Autowired, and here and on top of our what we'll do is, here in the machine gun object, over the top of the object, we'll say here we'll say add component, and here we say M1. No, we'll have this like this, and here after add Autowired of the machine gun object, we say add qualifier, and inside we say M1. Okay, let's save this and run this. We get our normal output like that. What we did here was that we gave our qualifier name as M1 and the component name as M1 also, to get our M1 object from our machine gun class to our avatar class. So here add component and add qualifier were used. So add component and add Autowired and add qualifier are some annotations in Spring Boot. Add component searches for type, whereas add qualifier searches for our name. Okay, so here we learn something about our Spring Boot dependency injection and add Autowired. So I hope you learned something from me from this exercise, and I'll be sharing this application with you all in our YouTube page. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe after you watch this and support me for more videos from me. And thank you.